So, November 22nd, 2023, my father calls me uh, early in the nighttime, and he tells me if I'm going somewhere tomorrow. So he's referring to November 23rd, 2023. As you know, that was the day of Thanksgiving, and that was also my birthday. So I said to him that I'm busy with my schoolwork. I have a whole bunch of schoolwork to complete. And then he tells me that there's something wrong with me, that I'm going crazy. Andrew, you're going crazy. Something's wrong with you. You're going crazy. You're crazy. Something is wrong with you. Did your mom, and your mom didn't, your mom didn't teach you right, you know? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm here. I'm actually sitting down in front of my computer with Google Docs open, writing, typing up my research paper in APA format. And he's, throwing insults at me, telling me that there's something wrong with my head, um, if I'm gonna be lonely for the rest of my life and such. And it keeps repeating it over and over. Attacking my mind over and over, making these personal attacks. Like for the first week of November of 2023, I think around November 4th or 6th of 2023, my father said to me on the phone. He calls me on the phone and he asks me if I found a place. And I have not been, successful with finding a place on Craigslist because it seems that the people on Craigslist are interested in either scamming people or they're interested in finding, specific people to live with, like homosexual people or women or people who have, pay stubs, like, because they need a job. And I don't meet those criteria. I'm not gay. I'm not a woman, and I don't have an income. I'm a full time college student, so obviously I don't meet their criteria of living in their room. You know, so it's really difficult out, especially me as a individual who does not have any family whatsoever, and my sister completely ditched me. She just completely have an attitude towards me, and I didn't do anything to make her behave this way because I cook for my sister, I clean the house. She's treating me weird. But anyway, my father continues to make insults on November 22nd, 2023. I'm going crazy. Something's wrong with my brain. If I'm going to be, if I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life, I'm always alone. You had the Me and my father reunited on February 1st, 2022. That's a Tuesday. He haven't seen me since what, late August, going into September of 2012. And that's what you can say. I'm going crazy in my head because I want to complete my schoolwork. I need the time and place to sit down and concentrate. And then all of a sudden he brings up about, did I find a place? And then he mentioned about street and being homeless. Like he's using my situation as an advantage to lure me out this apartment. So I wouldn't be able to sit down and concentrate on doing my schoolwork. So, I remember telling my father that I was going to go to the mall quickly. Maybe I just because I wanted to buy a pizza, or I just was going to look around, to relax, get my mind relaxed. But I'm not going to spend hours at the mall. I only spend what, maybe 30 minutes, or going to the mall, but it was closed. But I came back and I got some McDonald's, and I think I was trying to get a little sleep, and I woke up, and I said to myself, I need to complete that research paper. I need to pass all my classes. It's not right to be treated this way. Every time I live in New York City, this is what happens to me. Especially when I was in elementary school and as a kid, I didn't have an environment, like a classroom environment where I can concentrate, and I didn't have an environment when I was living with my mom and sister to concentrate because it was very distracting. My mom always used the broom to knock on the ceiling and play these rap songs and hip hop songs to distract me. I couldn't concentrate, and not only that, there was a lot of psychological uh, problems that people have toward. What I mean is that people use their mind games on me, to psychology on me, to make me think that I'm not capable of learning, because I was put into special ed, and I'm not capable of speaking English fluently because I was put into speech. So all these all these things, play a role in affecting me as a human being. And I also have experience from being put in these situations. But to be in it again and trying to graduate, and I'm trying to concentrate so I can graduate college is ridiculous. This is not happening. I'm a I'm I'm a senior in college and I'm experiencing this foolishness. This is bullshit, man. I need a place where I can sit down and concentrate. Why is this happening to me in my senior year of college? Why is it I'm not allowed to sit down and concentrate? I have to be thinking about getting evicted the next following week, which is December 15, 2022. I mean, December 15, 2023. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's so much that I'm even losing track of time. It's so much nonsense going on in my environment. It's like, wow, I'm repeating the same scenario again. That's why I don't want to come here and live here. And I don't want to come back to New York City and be dealing with this type of behavior again. Especially knowing that I'm trying to make progress here by going to college. And college is serious. You have to have a mind so you can concentrate. So a person on the internet was asking me, you know, why I don't study computer science. And this is one of the reasons why. Because if I study computer science, this is what's going to happen. I'm either going to get evicted or people are going to be around me distracting me from doing my schoolwork. I would fail and be on academic probation. And that's what the AI wants. It wants me in situations where, it likes to derail me like it did to me when I was in first and second grade with school. Got me left back 2 times. And I graduated school during the time I graduated school during the time I was in the shelter. And the next, I remember I was hungry, and I was so hungry the next following day because I don't have school. I don't have school. And what I mean by I don't have school, I usually during the morning time, I eat breakfast at school. During the lunchtime, I eat lunch at school. And when I come back, I have dinner. When my mom cooks dinner, I feel full. But this time, I don't have breakfast and I don't have lunch. I had to wait, I had probably one egg here, and then I had to wait for dinner. That's not healthy. I'm starving. And I remember that same day the same day I graduate, the case manager in the Bronx shelter handed me a job search paper, and she said you had to go outside the next day early in the morning to search for a job while I'm being hungry. And she seemed to have she like shows no signs of empathy. Like you graduate high school. I hope I hope you have she doesn't show. She was so unfazed. Everything about this lady was robotic. Like she doesn't show no empathy whatsoever towards me who just graduated high school. Especially knowing I was in a shelter because of domestic violence. My father, and I still had to do now. I had to deal with him again, and his girlfriend and her family. They threatened to dismember my body and put it in different burrows. They said they're gonna put it in different burrows, spread it. It's crazy to be back in the same situation this time, right? And my father's acting as if he's there for me, and usually it would be my mom there for me, she did, like she was back in May 5th 2020, no May 5th 2012, which is Saturday. She was there for me when I was in the streets with all my personal belongings. And this guy called my father is talking down to me since I'm in this situation, since no one wanted no one showed interest in wanting to hire me for since I graduated high school, and I'm stuck in a situation where regardless of what I do, nothing works, right? And I finally have the opportunity to graduate college, and this is what happens: everybody just turned against me. I mean, they all have beliefs about me. My sister, said that me and her don't communicate, even though I communicate with her all the time. This is to repeat the same process that it did to me, not only, May 5th 2012, also August 27th 2011 with the Ambi incident, because my mom and the rest of the family members and my father, they were completely ghosting me, you know, for months. like I did something wrong, and I have heart problems, and I had to be told that I want to beat up my cousin when I don't even know what's going on. I'm confused. It's ridiculous. Why can't I have an environment where I can sit down and concentrate on my schoolwork? Why I have to be in this type of situation all the time? But anyway, my father, just kept doing the same thing that November 22nd, 2023, repeating the same words over and over. It's a horrible, horrible talk or horrible conversation that I ever had with him. That's the worst conversation I ever had with him in my life. That's lousy. That's just down low. Oh, you're going crazy in your head. You're going crazy. I believe you're going crazy. So I'm going crazy for sitting down in front of my computer, trying to complete my research paper. How the hell am I going crazy? That makes absolutely no sense. I'm not allowed to sit down and do my schoolwork. I'm not allowed to get a job because the strangers, and my family all believe that I don't want to work, and they're trying to convince me I don't want to work. They're playing mind games with me, trying to convince me to say that I don't want to work. I can't get no partner, can't get no income, and it's been this way since June 2012. Even though I was self-employed, it was nothing because people sabotaged my websites, and I was permanently banned for life. So I'm not allowed to have income. So I guess I'm allowed to die then. Society needs to kill me off. I'm not supposed to have a college degree. I'm supposed to not have a place where I can sit down and do my work. I can't have proper technology where I can sit down and do my schoolwork on my device without my technology acting silly, freezing up on me. Even though I fixed the computer and I deleted all the cookies and made sure that there's enough space and storage. All of my electronics are just messing up with me on me, and I end up doing poorly on my lab report because my either I was distracted or my computer, I think it was both, and up messing up on me. It's ridiculous. Worst. This is the worst semester I ever had. Worst life. This is worse. It makes you want to feel. It makes me want to get to that point. I feel like killing myself. It's sad that I have to keep being put in that situation. I get to that point of saying that to myself. Like, what's the purpose of living when you can't have a place where you can sit down and do your schoolwork? And I've been trying to get into college since June 2012. It makes you feel like doing that, you know. And then my father kept repeating the same words. You're lonely. Are you lonely? You're lonely. You're lonely. Are you gonna be lonely for the rest of your life? You're lonely. And then just like the time when he was talking to me, was it November 4th or November 6th, 2023? He asked me, if I have any friends, and I'm like, what is this? What does this have to do? Yeah, what does this have to do with the conversation we have? If I have any, what does this have? If I have any friends, right? Completely derailed. First, he starts off by saying find a place, and then all of a sudden she changed the subject to saying about if I have any friends. And then he goes back to saying, "Oh, find a place, find a place." And I asking him a question: "What do you mean by, what do you mean by if I have any friends?" You know, he repeats. He picks up from where he left off on November 4th or 6th of 2023. So I had talked about this right on this video. Well, he mentioned that I act like I'm retarded. And he confronted me about being retarded, and I'm a big grown man. Now during this conversation that we're having on November 22nd, 2023, he's talking, about me. That is saying, talking about me in front of right on the phone, right? I'm listening to what he's saying while I'm doing my research paper, distracting me from doing it. I feel like he's harassing me. I feel like I'm not supposed to concentrate. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be lonely for life. He's if because he's repeating exactly what he did to me the first week of November, saying if I have any friends, telling me if I'm retarded, saying I'm going crazy, and the first week of November he cuts me off, and he said I need to find a place. I haven't spoke to him for what, a week after that day he cut me off. And then I call him back, and then because he was leaving a voicemail, And he's telling me that I'm behaving exactly like my mama. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's ridiculous to come back here in this absurd city called New York City, knowing that the pandemic ruined their way, ruined New York City's behavior. And it's not just New York City's behavior; it's also the United States and outside of United States behaviors ruin it. But especially here, the city is worse. The city is worse. It ruined their social skills and their behavior. They're more aggressive than before, and it's extremely difficult to interact with them. I mean, people, not just my father, people outside of my father. It's ridiculous. He seems really hyper when he's talking to me. This is not right that I had to be treated this way. I work so hard every single day. I went to school every single day, and I had to be treated this way. You know, I kept up my end, and I'm not allowed to sit down and do my schoolwork in peace. What kind of messed up situation is this, man? This is some bogus. This is ridiculous. The most absurd situation I ever experienced in my life. And my sister's ditching me, and she's she never spoke to me since July 31st, 2023, the Monday, and it's December 9th, 2023. Like I don't, it's ridiculous. Everything's going is worse since I came here. It seems like my life may well, when it comes to making progress, it may look good for college, even though I'm not. I feel like I'm not doing well in college. I feel like I'm not doing well in college. I feel like I'm just struggling to get by with the assignments because of my environment and my sleep, and the professors not teaching clearly. Their teaching is very vague, and their assignments are vague. It's ridiculous out here in New York City, and I want to leave it immediately. I don't want to stay here no more. I'm talking about the city here. But anyway, um, about a week ago, me and my father went out to the DMV, and there's something else that I want to say, and I need to start carrying my voice recorder with me. I'm not doing that. I need to get into the habit of doing it again. Like I did in 2016. I mean, 2017 and 18. I'm going to start carrying my voice recorder everywhere I go. My father said something again that is really out of context. He's asking me, and I'm a 31-year-old man, and he's what 65, and he's asking me if I ever had pussy before, and if I ever been with a woman in my life before, and he's telling me don't lie, don't you lie, don't you lie. I'm telling you, it just gets worse and worse. And he handed me back my mom's social security card and her ID. He said, "I'm gonna keep the death certificate. The death certificate. My father didn't graduate. I think he didn't graduate, but was it middle school or elementary school? But he has difficulties pronouncing the word death certificate. It's a certificate, death certificate. It's been a horrible environment. This place is terrible. I have how many weeks? 2 weeks left for school. And I don't know if I'm gonna, either. I feel like my performance right now is horrible because of all the research paper. I have one professor decided to announce to the class, there's gonna be a research paper and it's due. It's due in 2 weeks. And then he gives more information, more details about it, and he's saying, "Oh, you have 7 days to complete it." What the frick is going on here? I've never seen a professor behave this way. What the flying heck is going on? And it works against my time. The way he announced the research paper works against my time because I'm supposed to be practicing for my exam and I have to complete these two. What the hell is going on here? Oh, man. This is the worst semester I ever had. What the heck is going on? This is by far the worst semester. Man, this is crazy. And man, everything is occurring at the same time. And then my father said, "Oh, you should have done that long time ago with moving." How am I supposed to even find a place when when people are asking for the people on Craigslist are scamming? Like for example, my credit card information. My credit card information got stolen, and someone tried to purchase something from. They went on a website to purchase something for $18. You know, ridiculous. They stole my credit card information and they purchased something online, and I declined it. And I through my bank, and now they had to send me a replacement card. Ridiculous. Can you believe how ridiculous this gets? It's ridiculous. All this is happening to me. My father's friend. She said that she would trust Link. There's some background credit check, and you don't need to put your credit card information to have your credit card information stolen. You can just click the link, right? And I look back on the website, and it's a phony website called Rent a Check. Well, there's a website called rentcheck.com, but Rent a Check doesn't exist. And clicking the website can actually have your information stolen. They can steal your personal information, and that's what they did to it. That's what they did with me because I clicked the website. As soon as I clicked the website, a few days later, my information stolen, and someone purchased a something for $18, like I said earlier. Ridiculous. And then some of the people on Craigslist, they don't even respond to me, even though I'm texting them and texted them, and you have to email them. And there's no phone number. You have to email or text them. Ridiculous. You don't even text me back. The more harder I work, the worse it gets, man. This is. Let me tell you, this is the worst semester I ever experienced. My father. Oh my gosh. I still haven't completed my research paper. I just messed up with my lab report. I am getting an 80. I'm not too sure what's going on with my computer. I was distracted, and my computer and I distracted during the time when my computer was acting up. I had to factory reset it. This new Chromebook I purchased. You can see I'm on a Chromebook. Oh my freaking god! Such a drag. All right. Thanks for watching.